And we are back here at Rock Racing Television. I am Matt Holt.
I'm Bree Molitor.
I know Russ isn't with us this time. We had the park owners here from Rush Springs. It's here in Pineville, Missouri, which I live in Illinois, so Missouri's really close. The first time I thought, oh, man, this is great. We got a Missouri race, 2-3 hour drive. Was super pumped. It's like an 8-hour drive for us. Yeah. It's like we are so far in the corner. We're almost in Arkansas or Oklahoma. So
it's like 10 from Middle Tennessee.
Wow.
For me, so.
You're held in Murfreesboro, right?
Murfreesboro, okay. Tennessee. That's right. But I am lucky because the Hobacks, Justin and Haley, have been kind enough to let me ride with them to many of the races this season. So I get to travel in the RV.
And they're
instead of
awesome people.
Driving my car.
Yes, by yourself.
Or riding in a truck with like 5 other people. So.
Yeah, you know what's ride with Taylor?
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to Taylor for hanging out.
You guys are watching Hillside Live, and we are back. This is the CRRS number 3, presented by CA Tech this weekend. Like Matt said, we're in Pineville, Missouri at Rush Springs Ranch, and it's a beautiful day. We've had some great racing so far. We are back for round 2 from all 3 of our classes. We are going to start off with our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. Then we've got the VIN class, and then our RCB Axle Unlimited class, and that will be our Friday of racing, and then tomorrow we'll be back with more, as always. And we are ready to rock and roll. Adam Coots on the line.
Again, he's rowing first because he was a late entry, so he'll be going first on both courses, and then we'll go back to our regular scheduled race series. Adam Coots. Again, he races big bouncers and he races side-by-sides. Obviously, this is not his normal side-by-side he races.
Things up a little bit this weekend.
But this is what he brought, so he's here to party. Again, little 3-wheel motion there, going off the rocks.
Okay, so if the bouncer is called Riot and the little, 170 is called, well, he's got a junior shake and bake, and then he's got the Razor UTV shake and bake. What are we going to call this thing?
I don't know. Something shake. The way it's bouncing up and down right now. Something
Earthquake.
Shake. Earthquake. I like it. I love it. I like that he's got like a cab on there. It's probably like a chainsaw, a 5-gallon gas can in the back.
This thing's used to doing chores.
It is.
Somewhere.
This is like the Rancher 5000 here, you know.
What do you guys think? Throw some name options in there. It's fun naming things.
And
he did like naming things.
I already cleared up my screen, but he actually did very well in this on the first course.
He did complete the course.
So, again, shout out to him, again, coming out. And I think this is the heart of what the series is about. Somebody bringing something out. He's racing the stock class with clearly a very stock vehicle, having fun with it, just having a good time coming out. And, again, his kids race as well. So it's an awesome time. It's clearly a family event. He appreciated it. So
he's got 3 girls racing tomorrow in the youth class. So they showed up in full force this weekend. We've got Dylan Dowler and Jed Harper watching. What's up, guys? Dylan's from kind of down in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Chapel Hill, Dylan? Something like that. All right, Adam out on our short course section. The fastest time from our course 1 was Cody Kaysen, then Justin Hoback, Daniel Heckley, Jay Stortz, and Dan Carter were the top 5 from Course 1 in the Rock Life stock class.
he is flying through there.
What would be a small gathering of people, not a riot, but smaller than that? What would
Gaggle?
we call that? A gaggle.
Gaggle.
No. Party.
Party? Yeah, I like a party.
Party time.
We like to party. Party, party, party all the time. We like to party, party, party.
Riot. Mob. No, it's too big.
A mob. Yeah,
it's too big.
That sounds violent. Yeah, we got. It looks like he had a tire low. Looks like a little bit. It almost looked like a tire was off the beat there for a minute, but he is absolutely just getting with it in this. See what his time is going to be.
He's pretty nimble. 162.471.
And there's your course, the racing. This is the VIN class as well as the stock UTV. Again, you can see him coming out through the rocks. heading over the short course section. Again, that's our longer section of the race. You'll see the bouncers heading that tomorrow as well. Coming back through, has some small hills up and downs, then through the finish line. Again, a lot of fun course. It's a little bit longer than probably what we're used to for the VIN class and the UTV stock class.
This is the same thing they raced for course 1, correct? It looks pretty similar.
Yeah, look pretty similar. I'll have to go back and look. Okay, yeah, it says stock class 2, so.
It's a little bit different, but has definitely some of the same elements.
I don't think they overlaid the same.
The S curves at the end.
Kind of fun, kind of different.
All right, Daniel Heckley,
who's one of our seasoned drivers in the big bouncer category, doing awesome this season. Him and his father-in-law have both been kicking away this year in their stock class, having a good time with it. Daniel Heckley and Brandon Davis have been battling hard this season, and Justin Wills also. Those three guys have all been kind of changing up for that third, fourth, and fifth spot. So
and the bouncer class.
It's awesome to watch them, yeah.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun with it.
Daniel is fourth right now in the stock class coming into this weekend. So Jay Storts and Daniel both new to the stock class for this season and kind of had the same reasoning, I guess, for getting into it. They said, we're here on Fridays anyway.
Yeah, might as well.
And it's
come out and have some fun.
More seat time.
And you're in a stock vehicle.
They've both been doing really well in the stock class.
Pushing hard. And again, being a stock vehicle, you're probably not going to tear up that much. Again, we want to keep our fingers crossed there. Probably not going to tear up that much.
This is strong, probably.
Yes.
Dylan said yes. Chapel Hill. Dylan, when are we going to see you back out racing? Are you coming to Bikini Bottoms? And Jed Harper.
I love him, boy, Jed.
Are we seeing either of you guys at Bikini Bottoms? Who else are we going to see at Bikini Bottoms
Sup,
that's
White
watching
Wilson?
right now? Bikini Bottoms in Dyersburg, Tennessee is going to be our next race, October 7th through 9th, I believe.
Again, it's a great little town.
123.499 for Daniel Heckley. Wyatt Wilson is watching. Same question to you, Wyatt.
What's up, Wyatt?
Are we going to see you at Bikini Bottoms?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Get that buggy dialed in, ready to go.
2 weeks.
Get a little seat time. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Wow. Where did September go?
I thought it was next month, and it turns out it's 2 weeks away.
It is next month.
And then like
technically.
And then like 2 weeks after that, we're in our finals.
Oh wow, where did the season go? All right, Braden Upchurch out on the course. Bryant Dunnigan says the Rock Life crew will be there, set up at the bottom, so you guys keep an eye out for them as you're coming up to the Race Hill area. Wyatt's going to be there. Jed says good chance. All right, glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'd love to see Wyatt Wilson come out and hammer down on that new buggy. Obviously did a great job driving at their last race at Hawk Pride. So hopefully we'll see him out some more. And
we actually have a few things to changes sort of made to the schedule for Bikini Bottom. So when we've got a kind of a pause in the action here, we'll go over that and talk some more about what that event is going to be like.
I'm excited.
Dylan
I'm very
says
excited.
For sure Bikini Bottoms. All right. We got it.
Right.
That was easy. Didn't have to twist their arms too hard. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. We are at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri, enjoying a beautiful sunny day. It felt like fall this morning.
It did.
Finally. It's warmed up a little bit since then, but still a great day out here and definitely enjoying the tease of the fall temperatures this morning. Hopefully this evening and tomorrow morning too.
So we got Braden Upchurch out there on the course, blazing through. Got the Mid-America wrap on there. I like the teal. I support that.
It's your signature color.
It is teal and white. I support that.
I don't know how many times over the years, like I'm a nail polish person.
Yeah.
I have a lot of it. I paint my nails a lot. And I'll see a color, or even my dad and we'll be like, that would make a good bouncer color. That'd be a good color for the boat.
There are some really awesome nail colors out there that make great bouncers.
We say it like all the time.
Awesome looking red pearl or something.
Now, purple is my signature color, so
yeah,
that's what I'm drawn to. $130.527 for Braden Upchurch.
Good enough for second place.
You don't see too many purple buggies out
You
here
don't.
either. It's a bummer.
Again, there's some really cool deep purples you go with.
Brandon Davis.
Got that Davis Racing logo there on the side. Again, he'll be racing big bouncers with us tomorrow. He's another guy that's one of our 3 guys that are definitely battling for that third place spot. As we've seen Timmy and Wade battle for that first and second. We have 3 fierce competitors all battling for that third. Brandon Davis being one of them. Or Cheryl's husband, as he's also affectionately known as.
I haven't seen Cheryl yet.
I have not either.
I'm sure she's out here somewhere.
Again, we would like to wish Brandon a very happy retirement. I saw he just posted his equipment for sale.
Oh,
There's
didn't know that.
Auction house. He had been talking about it for a while, I heard, and he shared the post. He has about 12 pages of equipment for sale. It's insane. I got through
Holy cow.
3 pages was just the heavy equipment. So if you guys need some stuff for a construction crew or you're wanting to get into dirt work or excavating, head over to Brandon Davis' page, and you can check out the 12 pages of equipment he's selling. I mean, there's like 20 items per page, and he has 12 pages of equipment for sale. So whatever you need, he has. I promise you.
Sounds like it.
I asked him if there was a racer discount.
Go shopping at Brandon's business.
Yeah, it's not real cheap stuff, so it's not really cheap.
Serious inquiries on.
Yes. It's an all auction setup, online auction, so you can go in there and bid for all your equipment needs. I asked him if I got a racer discount. He's like, well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you're buying $1 million dozer. I mean, 10% discount's a pretty good discount, you know?
Adds up.
Brandon's getting it.
Brandon sitting in second place coming into this weekend right now in the Rock Life Off-Road Stock Class.
To the finish he goes.
Right behind Cody Kaysen. .118.005, our fastest time currently for Course 2 in the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class. Is this Dan Carter?
Running that Rock Life Off-Road wrap there. Livery, as they say in Formula One. Yeah, thanks. That's my best accent, you know.
It's your distinguished voice.
Wow, that is way official there. She's definitely been watching Formula One. I guess you are an actress too. That helps, huh? Like you do voices.
Should I do the whole show in my British accent?
Oh my goodness, that would be so awesome. And what's funny is the people that are new tuning in would be like, "Oh, she's British." Like, man, that's fancy. Like, yeah, we're hiring outside the country. You know, what kind of a big deal.
Tennessee.
Then next show you went back to your normal voice. They'd be like, "She's."
But the thing is, I don't sound like I'm from Tennessee either.
You really don't.
But born and raised there, so
yep.
Blame it on the Wisconsin bloodlines.
Yeah, it's true. I say usually those from Tennessee, Kentucky area have a pretty heavy swing.
He pulled a disappearing act.
Yeah, he did.
Dust.
I love that shot right there.
Where'd you go, Dan?
I think tomorrow you're going to see some bouncers just floating through there. Again, that short course is so much fun to rip through. I think tomorrow you'll see some of the bouncers absolutely.
I wish I had Big Booty Judy here to try it out.
And you would do just fine because those are big rolling jumps, so you can literally hit them about as fast as you want. Except for this last one, it's a little more violent. So
it's a good course we've got out here today here at Rush Springs Ranch. Wanted to give the drivers a little bit longer courses, make sure they got some seat time after making the drive all the way out here to Missouri.
Guys like Justin Wills driving, 18 hours to get here probably.
Speaking of Justin Wills.
Oh, yeah.
Skinny Pedal Award winner from our race at Hollywood.
Which is no surprise for any of those who
It's not a surprise
watched the race.
if you saw the video or saw it in person.
He was epic. That was a pretty wild ride.
If you are new to the show and the series and you're wondering what the Skinny Pedal Award is. Oh, I thought Dan was coming through there.
It's a cool award, but not one you want to win.
It's new for this season, and basically for the wildest run from any race, any class, any driver. 143.276 for Dan Carter. So any class, any driver, just whatever the wildest run from the weekend, we put together a compilation video of what our nominees are. We'll pick a handful from each race, and then you can go to the website, watch that short video and those wild driving moments, and then vote on the driver that you think won the Skinny Pedal Award.
Now, there's a handful of them that have done multiple nominations this year.
It's been pretty entertaining getting to pick those nominees and the winners, and I think we need to make a compilation video from the whole season of all the winners for sure, maybe even all the nominees.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Would you watch that if we put together a video of all the Skinny Pedal moments from this 2022 season?
Heck
Cody Kaysen
out there getting with it, yeah. Whipping that buggy around.
Cody is first in points in the stock class coming into this weekend.
Yeah, he's definitely flying through there.
That freedom ring, baby.
Yep, with that mini mullet he's rocking now. He's very proud of it. Yeah, the side-by-side has a mullet as well. We appreciate that. Yeah, you can see the dust kind of gathering a little bit.
What's up, James Cantrell?
What's up, James? I wonder if he got his Jeep sold or not. He has a Ultra 4 4600 car. He had raced a little bit.
Well, now's the time to ask him.
Yeah. What's up, James? He's like one of our resident East Coast Ultra 4 hoonigans that he'll race about anything in any class at any time. He's a phone call away.
I even saw him do a foot race once.
I believe that. And he probably, took second? Like, they're like, hey, James. Hey.
I think his knee gave out on him or something.
Yeah. Like, he finished his turkey lick, and we need you to go run a race. We need to go run a race. He's like, all right, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Just point me in the right direction.
Turkey lick.
Blew out a shoe, still finished second. Like, He's getting it. Cody's getting it. Here we go. Wow. 117.322 for Cody Kaysen. Again, that was a great ride and giving him the new fastest time.
Yep, that pushed Brandon Davis down to second place. Brandon had a 118.
Barely squeaked him out.
Looks like Jay Stort's on the line.
Again, those rocks definitely try to slow you down right there coming out the starting gate. He was banging on him pretty hard there.
That's a rough ride through that rock pile.
It is.
Especially in UTV. Oh, my
gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa, man, so close.
Came into that corner a little hot.
Dang it, that stinks. Again, had a great run going there.
Did we get our first Skinny Pedal nominee for the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we couldn't see that.
Daniel Heckley had a tip over earlier as well at the top of the hill.
And Daniel already won. Actually, Jay already won, too. I don't think there's anything in the rules, and seeing as I partially made up this award, I am a bit of an authority on the rules for it.
I concur. Oh, they got a replay. All right. This is a replay of Jay Stortz, again, sitting in the starting gate. Came out and kind of banged on those rocks pretty hard, which Russ, the park owner, kind of designed it that way. Normally, guys sit in the starting gate, can't wait to get out there and just go full tilt. So what better way to stop them and just pile a whole bunch of big rocks in front of them? So which is kind of fun to watch as well. Again, this is Jay Storch. We're going to watch his replay of his rollover. See Jack Attack down there. Driving of the Venom buggy. Getting them all lined up. Make sure, double checking his safety stuff. Make sure he's all suited and ready to go. Again, you can run a window net or you can run wrist restraints. I prefer to run a window net. Coming up, bam! Hits the front of that hard. You could hear it click too when you hit that first rock. Carries the front wheels here just a little bit. Kind of exciting to see. Again, carrying those front wheels just a little bit. Just skimming the side there.
And right into the bank.
Kind of stuffs that front left corner in there just enough to kind of flick it on over. Dang it, and you hate to see that for Jay Storts. Again, heck of a great driver. Oh, they already get him flipped back over. The great part is you get 2 or 3 guys, flip him back over. He's good to go.
Jay did come off a win at Hollerwood, I believe it was, in the stock class. So he can think back to those good times.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that leaves just Justin Ho back to wrap up Course 2 here in the Rock Life Off-Road Stock Class. Here she comes, getting Big Bertha lined up at the starting gate there. Shout out to Jack Porter for manning the starting gate and doing our safety checks. And D-Pat's photography, that's him right there in the middle in the fancy hat. Making sure he gets all those awesome shots.
Heck yeah. We appreciate him out here. He always gets great shots for us.
Ooh, I'm about to need one of those fancy hats too.
I know, it's a
This
little
sun's
warm.
got the perfect angle to go right under our
A little warm today.
umbrella thing here.
Look at that right there, yeah. I love that he has cameras on both hips. Justin coming out, full tilt there. Again, he is a little bit bigger too. Oh, look at that. Riding wheelie through the rocks.
No risk of getting turtled on the rocks there.
No. Again, coming out with that full body. He's got a little bit bigger tires, so hopefully helping the rocks, give him a little more ground clearance, again, which is nice because he has a little bit longer chassis than most. Again, there's that great panoramic shot there from a short course series. Got some jumps and some high banks. And that full.
Justin's been with the series for a long time now in lots of different capacities.
Yes, he's worn lots of hats.
He is very involved with the RC racing. And he also helps with the youth class on Saturdays. And his daughter Clara races in that class. His brother Colton Hoback has been racing with us this season. And he raced the VIN class most recently at Hollerwood. Both of them have raced in the UTV class in several seasons prior to this one.
They raced our VIN class this year.
Yep.
Whoa!
Oh, Justin!
Oh! Did he get a time?
Aww.
I think.
That's right, and he still crossed the finish line, 119.866. Big Bertha got a little tired. That's all. That was, two courses, and she's done. But she still made it through the finish line.
Oh, I got a replay.
We have a replay. Let's go check it out.
That might take a little longer to flip back over just because it's a little bit bigger. And the best part was he still got a time out of this. Again, hooked that corner really hard. Looked like it tossed it up just a little bit, and the momentum, I think, brought it down. He gassed it, I think, just because he knew it was that close to the finish line, just trying to get through the finish line.
Right down the last few yards and managed to cross the beam.
And again, came up with a decent time. 119. That puts him
third
place.
Third place time.
That's awesome.
So Cody Kaysen with a 117 was the fastest time for course. Oh, there we go, right there. Cody Kaysen, 117. Brandon Davis in second with a 118. Then Justin Hoback, Daniel Heckley, Braden Upchurch, Dan Carter, Adam Coots, and Jay Stortz. That completes the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
And again, that's Justin Holback, who literally just slid through the finish line for that third place finish on this course.
Let's take this moment, Matt, and talk about Bikini Bottoms a little bit.
All right.
Not meaning the swimwear. I'm talking about Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park in Dyersburg, Tennessee. And that's where we will be racing next. That'll be October 7th through 9th. And it's a special event because the Icelandic Formula Off-Road race teams are joining us yet again. They haven't made it for the past 2 years.
Yes.
Due to COVID, basically, I guess is the short answer. And we are excited to have them coming back over here to race with us. If you've never seen it before, it's hard to describe. So you know what? We have a video that we're going to play for you, and let that do the describing for us.
I am super stoked for those guys. I don't know if I'm more excited for that or finals, just because I get to see all my friends. Like I said, I was telling you, a bunch of them have been Snapchatting me this week. At our last race, later they were like, "We miss you guys," and we took a picture of a group. I was like, "We miss you guys," so we're so excited to see them. There are some of those guys from Iceland that are almost more redneck than we are. Like, it's awesome. They come in rolling in with bibs, no shirts. They're just here to party. It's always a lot of fun. If you guys have a chance to come out, not only do you get to see side-by-side racing in several classes, you get to see VIN class, which are our stock vehicles, our pickup trucks, Jeeps, whatever. You get to watch bouncers racing. You get to watch 2 different classes of RC. And you get to watch all these guys ship all their cars over here from Iceland, unpack them like little jigsaw puzzles, and then go race them. It's super fun. If you guys are close, again, that's the second weekend in October, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Again, we'll be live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Bouncers will be alive. Side-by-side and Bouncer will be alive on Friday and Saturday. Those guys will be just Sunday. But I think we'll have a few Bouncers stay and party with us. Again, this is Don Curtis. He's our VIN class champion this season. I think he has definitely locked it in just for the VIN class so far this year.
Don has definitely been our most consistent driver in the VIN class, making it to almost every race this season. I think there was 1 or 2 he missed, but it's been a lot of fun watching him race this year, and hope he's able to wrap up the season with us.
Oh yeah,
in Bikini Bottoms and Mid-America. And if you have a vehicle to enter into the VIN class for next season, or, hey, even at our next race in Dyersburg, Tennessee, come on out and join the fun. I'm sure that Don would welcome the competition.
Oh, he loves. He challenged people on Facebook to come on out and race me in his big monster Chevy truck. Full body, he's racing, which I love to see. Again, I'm from Illinois, so we have a lot of mud. So this is kind of vehicle you see in Illinois. So They drug it out of a barn. His mom and dad, his dad and him wanted to kind of get involved. His brother helped out a bunch, doing a lot of welding. And his mom wouldn't let him get a bouncer because it's too expensive. So they took this truck, drug it out of a barn, spent some money on it. We're excited to kind of make it in, and are going to end up being our class champion this year. So.
And that's one of the great things about the VIN class is you may not be in a place where you can have or want to have a race UTV or bouncer, but you still want to get out here and be involved in the series somehow. And so we added the VIN class this season. We added the youth class. We split the RC class into metal and plastic divisions. So just trying to make everything as accessible as possible for as many people as possible and get everyone to be able to come out and join the fun and join this off-road racing community. Look at you, just know he's having fun out there.
Those high bank turns, I'm sure he's absolutely loving. Again, just hearing it roar, I think he's appreciating it. Coming out of those woods, kind of hot and steamy there. Like, again, it's
hot and steamy.
Oh, it's definitely hot and steamy. Again, it's great to see a full body Chevy out there just enjoying life. He showed up to our very first race of the season, pumped. They had their full roll cage in, harness seats, had so much fun. He's like, I think I want to make all of these this year. So shortly, one by one, they were able to knock him down. I think they only missed, like I said, 1-2 races, I think, so far this season. Definitely secured enough points to be our champion this season in that class. So appreciate him and his entire family. Uh-oh.
Got the concrete slab.
Might have to hit a little bit harder. I think he's running leaf springs front and rear.
Him down a little.
There we go. Come on. Look at that.
There it is. Here we have a wild Chevy in its natural habitat.
I thought you were going to say wild man is natural
habitat.
Enjoying
a romp around the racetrack.
I love hearing him get up there and roar. We'll have 2 or 3 Cherokees out there with, like, full exhaust. It sounds quiet. And then you hear his truck get up there and just rip through it.
.746, and that definitely puts Don Curtis squarely in the lead for our VIN class this weekend. So just so you guys know, Matt and I can hear Taylor in our headsets, but you cannot.
And sometimes he's ornery.
And we can't talk back to him without everybody else hearing it. So he just likes to.
Don Curtis and the 187 crew rolling in deep.
The 187 crew.
All right. Looks like we got the UTV Cup Series already on the line and ready to go.
Is this Clay Kaysen on the line? Here's a quick overview of what the RCB Axle Unlimited class is racing for Course 2. So you will be tested on this later. I want everyone to take a good look. Make sure you got it all straight in your mind.
Again, Tim Cameron took first. DC Thompson took second. Clay Kaysen took third. Brandon Davis took fourth. Nathan King took fifth. Cooper Bailey took sixth. And Tyler Bradley took seventh. Madison King took eighth on our first run this morning. Again, this will be the second course for the UTV Cup Series today.
Clay Kaysen ready to rock and roll. Clay sitting second in points behind Timmy right now.
And he was
in the Cup class.
Hot on Timmy's tracks this morning, but Timmy was able to squeak it out. Again, I always like watching him kind of charge out and hit this big rock section. It is much more violent than it appears.
It really is, especially in these UTVs.
Again, now they're...
Oh, no, Clay!
Uh-oh.
Oh, and into that tree.
Dang it. Although he did land on his wheels.
You know, that was a rough ride, but now is a good time to explain, if you are newer to the sport and the details, the safety requirements that we have. We obviously take it very seriously when things like what you just saw happen.
He's trying to get unstuck.
Possibilities out here. We have 5-point harness systems, Hans devices to a neck restraint, if you're not familiar, full face helmets, multiple fire extinguishers,
I think he has all 4 tires turning, so he's going to try to still get a finish out of this.
And drivers are required to use either wrist restraints or window nets to make sure well, let's just say that all limbs remain in the vehicle at all times. And that didn't slow him down at all. Clay found a way to keep going. You know that had to ring his bell.
Oh,
At least a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I've hit a tree like that in midair rolling down a hill before. It doesn't feel that good.
Yeah. And they had a couple options of where they went around with trees, and I think at the last minute he kind of darted to one side rather than the other and just barely
if it hadn't caught his back tire,
barely caught the
right.
back corner of that tire, unfortunately, and clipped it just enough to throw the momentum over, and then he rolled down a few.
It's a tough spot, and as always, you guys hear Matt and I say this constantly, but we want you to understand that the cameras don't do it justice. It's just not the right perspective, So this hill is so much steeper in person.
Yeah.
And this is not what we usually race on here at Rush Springs Ranch.
No.
They cleared out a whole new section of this steep hillside this weekend. If you've seen our races here before or been here in person, we are not even racing on the usual big hill that was kind of always the drag race finale hill climb. That is way over to the far right of this hillside, and we're not even using it today.
Which was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun because you could hold it wide open throttle as fast as you want, and you still couldn't quite get there.
It was a horsepower hill for sure.
I think like the faster you went, the more it kind of just laughed at you that last 100 yards. Again, Clay kind of taking his time here, making sure the buggy's all still together.
I see a loose panel.
Again, it looks.
But other than that,
it looks like everything's still. It looks like he might be dragging something from the front.
He's definitely just easing on through the rest of the course.
Again, like you said, I think he got his bell rung pretty good too. Again, still getting points out of it.
Sticking with it for the finish. 193.584 for Clay Kaysen.
All right, we got a replay here. They're going to go over and check on him.
A little replay while we get some folks over checking on him and making sure he's squared away.
Clearly, he was okay enough to still get a finish out of it. Again, flying up the hill. You can see him kind of bouncing side to side here as he's trying to get up the hill. Again, that's a super steep hill with a lot of loose dirt on it. Coming up and just barely clips this tree right here. Tire goes up just enough to and he obviously cut the wheels down to correct.
He almost saved it, but it was just a little too much.
Yeah, a little too much correction there. Couple bounces, and then luckily got stopped by a tree. Yeah, got stopped hard by a tree.
This is why we wear Hans devices.
Yes. Again, luckily was with it enough to able to pull back and forth off several times to get his buggy unhooked from the tree. There was some limbs coming out. It looks like was able to back up a couple times and get around the tree. So. Clearly sharp enough to do that. So as an EMT, we always ask him, the A&O times 3 alert knowing you'd ask him, where you at, who are you, who the president is, 3 or 4 questions to kind of make sure they're alert and oriented.
Who the president is.
Yeah. That's always you ask them that last. Yes, we ask them their name. Yeah. We're asking name first, and that's usually I know that where you're at, who the president. Sometimes I don't even who's the president.
Say,
well, I didn't vote for him, but he's in.
I don't know.
Yes.
Kennedy.
Yes.
Bush.
Yeah.
And then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. It's usually if they get all sassy with us, we're like,
George Washington.
Yeah. If they start getting sassy, we know they're just fine. Okay. So again, he was clearly sharp enough to be able to back up a couple times, get unhooked from the tree, still went up the hill, still got some points on the board. So
he's got a hard head. He's right.
Yeah. He did pretty well. Again, was able to get some points on the board, so that's important.
We'll see. We might be able to get him over here. We're a little far away from the pit area today. It kind of always depends on how we're arranged as far as the production trailer and the pits and how spread out everything is as to whether or not we can get drivers over to do interviews with us. And we have smaller classes of drivers today. For the most part, we're not as big of lists as we usually see. It's winding down the season, and since this one's a little further for most people, unless you're really chasing points, then we don't have quite as many drivers as usual. So that means we're moving along pretty fast here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a little harder to get the drivers over to talk with us as well.
I was just editing my list while you're doing that.
Okay.
Getting them down to
good job.
The drivers that are here. Again, as Bree talked about, in 2 weeks we have Dyersburg, and then 2 weeks after that we have finals, which will Leslie the Falls.
One thing we forgot to say for Bikini Bottoms is that because there is extra racing going on and we're working in the Icelandic Formula Off-Road along with ours, we're going to be starting a little earlier than usual on Friday. So if you're a racer and you are racing in a UTV class and plan to be there on Friday, then make sure that you are up on those details. I'm sure that'll all get posted and be official. But we're making sure that we can fit in all the extra racing that's going to be happening for the weekend. So stay tuned. Just be watching for that if you're planning to come and race. And I don't know if the times for Saturday will change or not. We're going to be going back and forth between our series race and the Icelandic series racing.
I think Clyde said, again, he'll correct me later on the with flyers and stuff. I think he said Saturday we're going to pretty much stick to the normal schedule. We start fairly early normally already, so Friday I think we're going to start a little earlier than normal. Saturday will be pretty much the same as usual, and then Sunday I think we'll probably start about the same time we do on Saturday. So again, we appreciate that.
I don't know about Sunday, so that won't be any of our races.
No.
So, again, something for you guys to just stay tuned and watch out for those details being released, and make sure if you want to come spectate or if you're planning to come race that you know what time and where to be. Yeah,
for those of you who don't know, Formula Land, guys, is the guys who climb the hills that turn 90 and then climb some more and then turn back, and they have
paddle tires and high horsepower.
Super high horsepower. They weigh about
drivers.
2,000 pounds and they're 2,000 horsepower. I get to go talk to some of them. Most of them speak English, so we get to talk about their
interesting.
It is fascinating.
Aerial.
It is.
I don't know.
And then
techniques.
a lot of times they'll skim the water. The last couple of years they have flooded the lower wetlands, and they've got to skim water, which was super awesome to see at nighttime. They get a bunch of big lights out.
Do that before.
Oh, it's
I
so cool.
seen it in person.
It's so cool. They have a wetland they flood, and the water is usually only 2 feet deep. That way, if they sink, it just stops them. And then they come through. I got to hang out with the guys that own the Bomb race team, which is super cool. It's like a glittery one they call the Bomb. They have some cool shirts, so I rock it every once in a while. Super got to hang out with those guys. They're all super awesome. So they run an LQ4 and a Turbo 400, which is exactly what I run. So I thought it was so cool that we're literally on, different continents, and yet we still run the same motor and transmission. So
we had the Juggy.
Yeah, it's super awesome. I love it. All right, we got Madison King on the line here. Sounds like clock is hot.
We got Bub Meadows checking in with a little tip for everybody, too, that a lot of hotels in the area are already sold out. So if you want to come to Dyersburg, you make your plans now, it sounds like. Or bring a tent.
Yes. Yes, you'll make lots of friends. Don't worry about it.
All right, Madison King out on the course. It's been great having Madison racing with us all season and representing for all the ladies. She won the Powder Puff division of the Indian Mountain Ride for a Cure event last weekend. So congrats to her for that. Looks like she's handling this hill.
I think she's probably a little bit cautious.
Mountainside.
Yeah, I think she's probably a little cautious as well. Anytime you see the guy in front of you, barrel rolling.
She definitely didn't come into it with the speed that Clay did, or that we've seen from some other, or even that we've seen from Madison in the past. So she's just kind of cruising through this one.
Again, as you see the guy in front of you barrel rolling downhill, you're like, you know what? I'm going to be a little more cautious. Not necessarily go full tilt. So you're a little more cautious, a little more calculated. Coming into this, again, like I said, I think we've seen that, in side-by-sides and big bouncers as well.
Definitely.
You see the guy in front of you crash hard, but we saw, Justin Wills do it last week, and then literally the guy right behind him, Brandon Davis, came in and was like, ooh, I'm going to capitalize on this, and did the exact same thing. It was so funny. Justin walked over to Brandon and was like, Brandon, did you not watch me? And Brandon's like, I know. It was just kind of funny that Justin was kind of poking fun of himself. He's like, Brandon, did you not watch exactly what I did?
Hey, the best laid plans can quickly go out the window.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you get on the course. I don't care how many times you walk it and decide exactly what you're going to do. Once you're bouncing around in there and your adrenaline's pumping and you're in race mode.
Yeah, plans change real quick.
Slapping for the shifter and the rear steer toggle and everything else that's going on, then you're like, wait, was that the tree that I was supposed to go to the left of? Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, good smooth run from Madison. 136.919. If you guys are just joining us, you're watching Hillside Live with Matt and Bree. Make sure you're watching on the Rock Racing TV Facebook page. That's where we're watching from, and we want to be able to see your comments, your questions, and interact with you guys. So don't go to the SRRS page like we used to watch from. Times have changed. You got to keep up. Rock Racing TV. Make sure you head on over and watch from that page. You can also watch from the Rock Racing TV YouTube channel. And we've got DC Thompson out on the course.
Again, look at DC bouncing through those rocks. Again, he's been doing very, very well this season. Setting some very quick times.
Man, I'm turning around and looking at the hill behind us while they're climbing it, and then I turn and look at the screen, and it looks like two totally different things.
You're absolutely right. There is just so many details that you do not get from a television screen. Again, like I said, Dyersburg is one of those places you guys can come out, walk the course. It's like a giant amphitheater kind of seating area. You have it like this giant bowl. No, there's not a bad seat in the house. You can get your Easy Up set up. It should be nice and cool weather, nice cool breeze going on. It'll be that second weekend in October. Not to mention, you can still hang out with all the Icelandic teams. They all bring merch over, stickers. They shake hands, everybody hang out. They're super great guys. Plus, they'll have all the American teams as well to hang out with and goof off. So I know a lot of the drivers will try to bring some extra stickers and T-shirts that we can hand out and hang out. And you don't want to miss it, I promise you. I've been telling all my friends, like, this is an awesome weekend. You definitely got to come.
DC's floating through the short course section out here.
Again, he is not wasting any time on those high bank ovals.
He is 5th in points overall for the RCB Axle Unlimited class coming into this weekend.
I think he's going to be your new leader. Wow. 107.632. 107.632. Again, that is your new leader. Again, you could kind of tell that just by how fast his run was. Again, the course is getting a little bit dusty, which, again, they're going to kind of knock down tonight and tomorrow before the big bouncers start. And the guy that could upseat DC's super fast run, Mr. Tim Cameron, sitting in the line there. We're going to see what he can do. Again, he was your fastest run of the first course. We'll see if he can't do that again. Ooh, little jump there. I'm sure Timmy's sitting there in the Timmy's sitting there watching DC right in front of him. I'm sure he's going to kind of figure out what his line was and see, that was the quickest time. So we'll see if Timmy takes that same line. He kind of hugged that far left side, then once he got up there, kind of turned once he got to the flatter spot. Again, like Bree said, you can't really tell how steep that hill is unless you're here walking down it. Again, he is flying downhill. Thought you were taking a selfie there. You're like...
No. My phone switched to the wrong view.
Oh. Portrait mode. Me too.
Ryan Edwards, DC's profile picture always cracks me up.
Yeah.
Yep. It cracks Matt up, too.
It's literally the most DC thing you can think of. Again, Timmy out there sending it. I said, I don't know if he's going to be faster than DC. DC was setting it pretty hot, too.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, poor Nick getting
just smoked out over there.
Nick is one tough cookie. Even being a little under the weather this weekend, he is out there in the dust and the sun.
Ooh.
104.951 For Mr. Tim Cameron, that is your new fastest time for round 2 here in the RCB Axle Unlimited class.
Again, we got a few guys that are going to try to upset that, but it's going to be hard to beat that 104. He was absolutely flying uphill. The downhill section he was moving through had a good smooth line. Right there hanging with D.C. Thompson, was able just to squeak out barely ahead of him. Looks like we got Tyler Bradley on the line. Again, making his way through that violent rock section.
Jed Harper said, if he makes it to Bikini Bottoms, it just so happens my birthday is October 8th, so Matt will need to bring me a cake.
I'll bring you a cake, Jed.
All right, Jed. We'll make everybody sing for you at the driver's meeting.
Dude, we will throw a great birthday party for you, buddy. He is hauling up there. I mean, he is throwing some dirt. Again, it looks like they're all kind of going more hanging kind of that far left line and then just kind of riding that
I don't
tape
think anybody else has tried to do what Clay did going through, between the trees.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone else has been staying to the left.
Again, we saw DC do that. Timmy followed right in those same tracks. I'm sure Tyler was watching as well.
It's definitely a wider.
Yes. And I think once you get up that steep section, you can kind of ride the flatter section up to where you need to turn. Granted, you are doing a 180 turn at that point, but it's also more level ground. You don't have to worry about rolling over, I don't think, near as much.
And they're turning on the uphill, so.
Yeah.
All right, pulled one of those disappearing acts again. There he is. Tyler Bradley making his way through the short course section here.
He's moving. See what his time's going to be.
$1:25.159 for Tyler Bradley. As Matt and I have been talking about our final races for this season, we've only got 2 left. It's kind of weird that the season is drawing to a close already.
It is.
Show of hands, or rather show of comments. Who is going to make it to one of those races, either Bikini Bottoms and Dyersburg, October 7th through 9th, or finals at Legends of the Fall, it's called, or rather at Mid-America Outdoors. It's actually at Disney. We're doing it. Disney, Oklahoma. Anybody going to make it out to one or both of those events?
You are not going to want to miss either one of them. Yeah.
Taylor's going to be there.
Brandon out there in the full body.
Several years ago, here at this park, right over there by the starting line, we had a foot race up to the base of the hill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who won that?
I'm pretty sure Danny won.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's at least like 10 of us, though.
I
was competing as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We had one at Busted Knuckle one time for $100, and I thought, I'm pretty good.
That.
I won.
I'm not quite as fast as I used to be, but...
Beat Danny, beat my brother, beat a bunch of guys.
Got long legs, so it helps.
But I had to lay next to Scott Gluthworth's vehicle for about 6 hours, and I wanted to puke so bad. Well, we had been eating, like, crackers and all this free-dry stuff for, like all day. Went over, and there was this booth, and they were selling these breakfast burritos that were, like, super greasy and just amazing tasting. It was so delicious. And then
I don't know how you're still alive.
And then about an hour later, we thought it'd be a great idea to foot race up a hill. I have never wanted to puke so bad in my life.
We still never have had our media team race. You, me, Taylor.
Dude. Yeah, T-Money back there in the booth.
Bill.
I see you, baby. Bro.
You got 2 ex-soccer players, and Matt, whatever you
Track
are. Track star. Oh, and a backup from Brandon Davis. Just a small one, though.
Got looped around a little bit.
Haha. Got a little mixed up about which course he was running here.
You know what? He's still sending it. He's like, I'm here to have a good time.
Of course he is now. Get a little mad after something like that. Happens to all of us.
It does.
.137.253, and you know that sucks because he also missed a turn on course 1 and had to do an extra little loop around there at the end. So sucks for Brandon Davis today in the Cup class, having just a little trouble with the course. Hey, when you're racing both classes back to back, I can see how that could get confusing.
Mary Carroll, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was getting ready to say it. I think Bill would probably kick all our butts.
You know what? I think Bill would have it if it was an endurance race.
Oh, dude. He would stop and help us.
He's like man, just keep on forever.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the short burst of speed.
He would.
I don't think me and Taylor are going to get him in the long run. But
yeah.
Taylor says he's got 40 yards.
Got Nathan King here. It looks like he's kind of taking that same line. Taking that same far left side up to the top and then whipping around. Taylor said he's got a good solid 40-yard dash to smoke us all, followed by an immediate oxygen tank retrieval. Maybe an IV, right? Get some vitamins and nutrients back in you. Yeah. I was pretty quick in high school, too.
Are.
That was only 3 years ago.
3 years ago was your high school reunion.
Yeah. I love you, Taylor. Wow. Throwing shade over here. Gosh. Nathan King out there throwing it down. Again, he's just trying to beat his sister, that's all.
Let's ask the crowd. How long ago do you guys think that Matt graduated high school?
There's probably 2 people in there that know exactly when it was. What year did I graduate high school?
What year did Matt graduate high school? Do we have any guesses?
Well, 18-something? Really? I'm 100-and-something years old? Really, bro?
You're 100-and-something years old?
If I graduated at 18-something?
Yeah, you might want to do a little more math.
Yeah, I'd be 100-something.
It'd be more than 100, Matt.
I said 100-something. Okay, 1930.
112.549 from Nathan King. Fastest time right now is still Tim Cameron with a 104, then DC Thompson with a 107, followed by Nathan King now with a 112.
Yeah, that's way up there. Scott Marr says, I wish I could be there having back surgery October 3rd. That gives you
This is Daniel Heckley running
full week
for
to recover.
Clint Garrison.
This is Clint Garrison Spot being raced by Daniel Heckley.
Daniel Heckley in the new
man.
Pro R.
Yeah.
He did.
He already rolled it over.
Rolled it. It wasn't a super
it was like a
aggressive
tip
rollover.
The first time I rolled over, my brother was like, it was more of a tip. I'm like, really, bro? Really? My very first race ever with the SRS, I rolled over and was on fire. That was
was on fire.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was my first ever race that I drove as a driver. Back in like 2008, it's like underneath the buggy, upside down. My GoPro did not record it. I'm like, really, bro? It was just it was like a little oil that hit the exhaust.
I think I broke a transfer case in my first race.
Really?
I can't remember.
Where was your first race at?
Chocolaco.
I bet that was a good time.
In the Juggy.
Yeah.
I broke a lot of stuff that day.
I could imagine. Bree's like, I'm here to party.
Like, I watched Bobby Tanner go.
Oh,
I watched
my goodness.
Richie Keith go.
And you're
then
like,
I thought, well, this
I
is
can
just
do
how
that.
you do it.
Yeah.
So I pinned it, and
Gosh.
stuff broke.
Wow.
All right, Daniel out here racing for Clint Garrison, our second to last driver in the RCB Axle Unlimited class. Looks like we still have Cooper Bentley after this. What a fun course. I'm a little jealous. I'm glad that Daniel got to come out and race Clinton's spot, too,
yes,
after having that rollover and not really getting to finish that run. One, 4, 2, 3, 4, 9. All right, Cooper Bentley is on the line. He is going to wrap up our RCB Axle Unlimited class Course 2. And that will complete the day of racing for us here. We are at Rush Springs Ranch in Pineville, Missouri. This is the CRRS number 3 presented by CA Tech this weekend. You're watching Hillside Live with Matt and Bree. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Let's see what Cooper does. Cooper rolled over on course 1, didn't he? Or almost did?
I almost did, I think.
I think he did.
Yes. He did roll over. Yes. Yep.
That's
yes.
right. Yep.
We got you, dog.
Boy, is this sun warm.
It is very warm.
On our backs
yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Woo! It doesn't feel like fall anymore. It did this morning.
Cooper is out there just slinging. Wow. Just slinging some rocks. Out there moving, hitting the big high bank corners, which has to be so much fun on a side-by-side because it looks like he's just drifting around them. See Russ out there. He's checking out the course. I think Russ is looking to see if they need to water it now or wait till tomorrow. .110 for Cooper Bentley. That does wrap up course 2 and our day of racing. Yes.
Matt, do we have a leaderboard?
We do. This is for your second course, not for overall for the day, but second course. Again, Tim Cameron just barely squeaking out that fastest time of the day. DC Thompson coming in right behind him, nipping on his heels. Cooper Bentley coming in third with that run you just saw. Nathan King coming in fourth. Tyler Bradley coming in fifth. Madison King coming in sixth. Brandon Davis coming in seventh. Clint Garrison coming in eighth. Clay Kaysen coming in ninth, again with that really crazy run where he was able to save it and get some points on the board. We will figure out our times and keep you guys posted.
If you've been paying attention between course 1 and 2, Timmy and DC both came in first and second on both courses.
Yes. So that's your first and second for the day.
Safe to say.
That's
we
easy.
Know what that podium is
easy going to tell you, yeah.
All right, guys. I believe we are done for the day. Taylor, are we done? All right. So thanks for hanging with us here on Hillside Live. We will be back tomorrow morning starting around 9:45, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And we will have our UTV Youth, UTV Bounty, and our Bouncer class, as well as our RC Metal and Plastic classes. So lots of racing still to come here at Rush Springs Ranch. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you guys.